Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? A gracious good morning to you good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do and you know why I do it. It is Friday morning, October 17th, and it is 3:05 in the AM. I'm playing music in my introductions this morning. I'm trying something new. Bottom line, this is, I really love to see you tonight by England Dan and John Ford Coley. That's how old I am. Yeah. Anywho, I say anywho a lot. And that's just a weird phrase pour moi for an African American to use. Anywho, but it's in my vocabulary. It's stuck in there now. I just want to say, I shared, and I've been sharing that I lost a really good friend in March. You know, sis announced she had cancer in the beginning of March, and she was gone at the end of March. And her mother just passed in the beginning of October. Now, she was caregiving for her mother. And so the backstory on this is we were housemates. We were housemates for over 20 years. You know, her daughter was born, daughter graduated college, all for the most part while I was living in that house. It's very interesting for me how life is playing out. So, you know, just before she passed, our conversations were about caregiving for our parents. And my mom passed 3 years ago. My mother would have been 87 this month. Her mother had just turned, I believe, 91. And her mother was still able to walk and things. She had a cognitive thing that was going on where she couldn't place words at times, and her memory was getting bad. My mother had dementia, and you know, I had seen my mother in February, and you know, I was waiting for the holidays to come up to see her again, but then I got a call that she was in the hospital. You know, and when I saw my mother, I was like, my God, what happened? So when I saw her in February, my sister and I went to take her to get her flu shot. My mother at the time lived 90 miles away. We had taken her to get her flu shot. Mom was able to walk, albeit she had a little trouble getting in and out of the car because I was driving an SUV. But she was able to walk, you know, able to track conversations. But I had noticed that, you know, phone conversations had gotten to be rambling, and she would repeat herself a lot. And just for the most part, phone conversations were long, but she was able to track. When she was able to disguise the dementia. And then when she realized she was slipping, she would end the phone call. So for a long time, I thought she was cool. But she wasn't. And then when I got the call that she was in the hospital, a bunch of things transpired, and you know, I became a caregiver. And when she was discharged, they were going to discharge my mother home. It's like, she's not capable of caring for herself. So I had to make a decision quick, fast, and in a hurry to put her in abortion care. I've shared this story. You might have to go back. You know, it's a rough story. But, you know, my friend that passed, you know, we were commiserating and holding each other up as far as caregiving goes. And I'm saying all this to say is I had the opportunity to call another person yesterday, and this was for some professional referral information. This person is a therapist, and we used to work together. We did a little catch up, asked about the family, and come to find out she is now caregiving for her mom, who is a little bit older, and, it's funny. It's in a peculiar kind of way, not funny, haha. Although it can be funny, haha, especially when you're dealing with my mom who had dementia, because some of the things that came out of my mother's mouth were rich, and some of the things that she did, they were frustrating as all get out, but they were also, a bonding experience, a trip down memory lane, because you remember what your mother was like when you were a kid, because some of that behavior is being revisited, and they call dementia the long goodbye. I understand why they call it that. But, it's like, what do you do when the person's mind is healthy, but the body is failing, and they want to do the things that they used to do, and, they can't, so you have to modify. It's just wow. It's just a major wow factor. But it creates that gospel song, Precious Memories. And the next line is, how they linger. And they do. So for the folks who are caregiving, God bless you. I pray your peace. I pray your strength. I pray your patience. And I encourage you to savor every moment. Peace, two fingers.